Welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Link Between Worlds. Can I talk for a minute about how the music in this game is pretty alright? It's pretty much all remixes of Link to the Past music. It's alright. And they even do stuff like put in these same weird bird statues and everything. I mean, this is the Eastern Palace. It's got these big old guys' faces and everything. The game does a lot that Link to the Past did, and I suppose the game has gotten some criticism in that it doesn't have any emotion or feel of its own. And I don't know, I guess I could see why some people would think that, but personally, I disagree. Especially once you really get into this game, it's quite different from Link to the Past, even if it takes place in a similar world. Like, it's a very different game. But with that said, let's head on in to the Eastern Palace. So of course the palace is very different from before. Not much else I can do with you. But going up here does let you see that switch, so you know, hey, from down here I can shoot up and miss. Got them little, like, squiggly things. That right there is how you get to the left. There's no, like, switch or anything out here, as one might think. Yay, money! Good ol' money. That's what I want the most of. Now, one immediate thing that kind of bothers me about this game is there aren't nearly as much in the way of things to collect around the world. Like, that kind of bothered me. There's just not nearly as much crap to grab. Oh no. Over here, by the way, if you actually, like, stepped up all the way to get that thing, the left wall pushes you out and shoves you down into the ball pit again. But yeah, there's just not as much to pick up, and I was kind of bothered by that. Like, on the overworld, in the dungeons, you name it. There's just not as much around. Like, for one, there is no map in this game. You automatically have the map, though it does tell you what rooms you have explored. There's also a secret passage, which if you look at the map in the lower, or if you look at the map below, which you guys actually can't see the map, but you could see that there was a room down here, you just couldn't figure out how to get to it. I have a bottle. I didn't grab the net. Oh well. I got a key now, though, so I can go up. I also cannot go in there, but I can go in here. So many dudes! They only take one hit, though, so what's the big deal? Just up there, can't get to it, because it's way up high in the air. But I can't come down here. That just takes me back out to the main room, so I want to grab this. There is a compass, though. There is no map in the dungeons, but there is a compass. And in the previous room, may have seen that, like, hey, there's a switch and a door up there. How do you get in there? This way! Now the compass tells you not only where the boss is, But it also shows the location of all of the chests. So I know then that, like, hey, there was a chest in that room that I could have gotten. And I now know that I've 100%ed the bottom floor of this dungeon. So onwards to floor 2. Okay, now with these guys, not that bad. I try to kill one just to, like, get him away, and then I get everybody else on the other side of me. This thing is actually a returning bit from Link's Awakening. I don't know if it was used in any of the other handheld Zeldas. Maybe it was used in all of them, for all I know, and that's just standard. Because I haven't played a whole lot of handheld Zeldas. I know it from Link's Awakening, which it's just a portal back to the beginning of the dungeon. Usually get it after you beat, like, a mini-boss or something. You had 2 doors there. It doesn't really matter that much which door you go in. This is kind of neat because it opens that up, but then as soon as you get off the switch, it goes back in again. So you got to be, like, super quick. Not get hit by them. There's also a chest in here, which will probably appear after I do that. There we go. Give. I got monster guts. That's disgusting. Okay, so there doesn't look like there's a lot over here we can do anything with. Like, that looks like maybe this will do something eventually, and there's doors up there we can't get to. You wake up. Not a lot I can do that way. That'll take me up to the key door if I had a key. Yeah, you just keep hopping. And that'll open us up that way. Yeah, can't go down. Should be able to shoot up, though. Which opens that? Yeah. Dang it. Dang it. Farewell! Yep, tired of your crap. Going my own way. Now there's a room to our north. God dang it. There's a room to our north that we can't actually get to. Well, we can get to it, but we'll have to go back around. I guess you could say it's an optional room. Okay, this is going to be interesting because I gotta shoot you before timer runs out. At least I think it's a timer. Maybe it's not on a timer. I thought it was on a timer. Maybe it's not. Maybe they're all permanent on. I got a key. I got a key, 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 I got a key. Okay, now that I got a key, I can go back in here, and I can go up over here. Look at all that going up over here I just did. Look at all them skeletons that are down there. Yeah, you saw the guy up top, he did just jump off the grate after us. And I've had him land on me more than a few times. Now this is something else that actually kind of bothered me about this game, which is that there is no like big chest with a special item in each dungeon. So you go through the dungeon and you go, man, I got this cool thing. There isn't any of that. There is no cool thing in every dungeon. There's odd little knickknacks here and there, but like I got to this chest and I was going, oh man, what do I get? I got the big key, which its only use is to fight the boss. I don't know, man. I was disappointed. Because to me, one of the coolest things about a Zelda game is getting all these really cool items and seeing all this really neat stuff. Okay, before we go in there, I'm actually going to loop back around. Dang it. I'm actually going to loop back around, and I'm going to go in here. Because there's a chest in here that I would very much like. I forget what you have to do in this room. I think you just have to kill all the enemies to get the chest to appear. That was rude. Yeah, because I just killed that guy. I think that was it. Going ways! I'm in more monster guts. That's disgusting. The monster guts right now don't really do anything. And to be honest, I played through this entire game without using them once. But I'll speak more on what they do later. But yeah, I was super disappointed in that, though. That, like, you don't get a big fancy thing in each dungeon. I wanted something fancy in each dungeon. Instead, that's mostly handled like any interesting items or equipment you get is handled in a completely different way. A way that I don't inherently have any problem with, but I feel that could have been handled a lot better. And also, we found Yuga again, and he's got Osfala, you idiot. Hands up who didn't actually see this coming. Although that's a very stylistic painting, there's not a lot of detail. Call me names, man! I told you! That's crap. Can't just call people out on calling you names and then call other people names. Well, I guess being a hypocrite is one thing inherent in villains. I mean, it's the evilness and all. Of course they're gonna go against what they say. Go against their word, everything. We gotta fight a guy, yeah! Oh no, we summoned guys. Trick him, shoot him, and stab him. And that's pretty much the fight. You can honestly beat him before he does, like, anything. I'm actually gonna let him do another attack. I'm curious what he does. Okay, that's sort of terrifying. But also not that big a deal because I can just shoot you. I don't know if he has any attacks other than those. But he's pretty easy to deal with as long as you're quick on the draw. That was kind of a crap deal. Oh, man! Ravio's bracelet is what not only let us survive his move. But he gave it to us so quickly, so right away, giving us a family heirloom, was it, that he mentioned. And so quickly dragging us out of the sanctuary. And yet not dragging anybody else out of the sanctuary? I feel like we weren't in any danger at all when he grabbed us. And if that's so, perhaps he had another reason for dragging us out. I feel Ravio either knows way more than he's letting on, or way less than he's letting on. That was our first boss, though. And a heart container. Now this I thought was super cool. Because we're legit outside now. Like, we're outside of the entire temple. Unlike the place inside the temple, which you can actually still see in there. Unlike inside the temple, there's no map for what's outside the temple. You don't know what's going on, you don't know where you are, you don't know what's what. Also, I can't really get down, so I'm gonna go back this way. Ravio's bracelet is another magical item, much like the weapons he's given us, so it also takes that magic in order to use. Oh, I didn't get it. That's okay. And now, you'll notice I was actually a little bit off the ground there. You can actually merge and go back, get a little bit of money, and end up on a brand new platform. With 100 rupees! If you want 100% that dungeon, man. At first I don't know how fond I was of this whole thing. Where, like, hey, suddenly I'm outside the dungeon. And I guess the reason I wasn't as fond of that was I don't like the idea of, like, I just had to fight my way through this entire dungeon, but, like, somebody with a frickin' claw, like a claw hook, a hook shot could just skip it all. Oh no, it's going in, what do I do? Boop, boop, boop. So, like, at first I didn't really like that, but then, I don't know, I just started liking it. I just started liking it more and more. How do you get oh, you can just go over here. Do-do-do-do-do. And honestly, I think if there's anything I wasn't especially impressed with in this game, aside from the kind of one major qualm I have with the game, I think the one thing I was sad about was that they didn't use this whole, like, going outside the dungeon thing more than they did. Man, that would have been cool. Also, there is the other half of the portal, so I step in that, I get sent back to the midway point. And you'll notice there's another little slit over here you can go in, which once again takes you outside for another 100 rupees. Yeah, look at that money. I'm silly with it. Yeah, you will not believe the crap I just went through. Oh, he did. Well, I guess not technically dead. That sounded a lot like him getting to Princess Zelda. You sure about that? I don't remember the castle getting engulfed in this black magic. Airlift me in. I'll go get a glider. Fly off the top of Eastern Palace. I was in a dream. And that is a lot of crap to just have glumped on my head. Heck yeah. We actually know what the thing is now. Meh. Well, we know Osfala was one. Ah! Okay, I do not like these guys in 3D at all. Like, they're supposed to be just regular grunts, but, like, they're actually kinda tough to deal with. Well, not so much the archers. But it's rough to deal with them in 3D, because they always point their weapon directly at you. Whereas in Link to the Past, when you dealt with them... Of course, I'm just wrecking them here. Mostly because I'm catching them off guard. But in Link to the Past, when you dealt with them, they always held their weapon off to one side. Here, they hold it right in the middle. And on top of that... they have like a full 360 degrees of movement to aim directly at you. Whereas in Link to the Past, not only were they holding their sword off to one side, but you could also take advantage of the fact they could only look in 4 directions to kind of like weasel away and hit them on their open side. Which you can't do here. You just kind of have to get lucky and weasel them and just try your best, and when I hit them, I don't entirely know why I'm hitting them. I can't do anything here. Like, I don't know why some of those hits registered and others didn't. I don't know. I don't like those enemies nearly as much in this game. I think the only other comment I can think of right now before I end the video is... I do think it was maybe a bit much for Impa to take you at your word when you got hauled into the castle. Honest to goodness, I think if just the dude from the sanctuary showed up, just as around the same time Impa came out, and just said, like, I can totes corroborate his story, then I could see them going like, okay, you know what, whatever, come on, Link, let's go inside. I don't know, I think just something small like that would have made that flow a lot better, instead of just so much like, your story's BS. But I'll believe it. Until next time, everyone, we now have the ability to go into walls, which I can't do here. I'm gonna go find a wall. I wanna go into a wall. Wall going! Look at me going. We now have the ability to go into walls. Yeah. So until next time, everyone, we're gonna go into some walls. Oh, this guy flaps, by the way, when he really wants me to save. Till next time, everybody. We got some walls to go in, we got some places to go to get some items. It's gonna be great.